Isn't that wonderful? Love that story about Anton and Cerise. Right, time to welcome my Friday panel, and they are out of this world. Please give it up for Simon Webb, Jodie Prenger and Rufus Howard. Joking. Welcome, all of you. Jodie Prenger, both Aliash and Kevin have just told me they got on Strictly because of you. They auditioned with you.
It was, and it was so lovely to the audition. And do you know what? They are just as lovely as they were as they are now. They're lovely fellas.
I know. They're not bad dancers either. Rufus, welcome to the show.
So lovely to be back. Thank you.
Hello. What are you...
Please.
Great acting at the top of the show, by the way. Love that, love that. What are you making of the class of 2017, Rufus?
Well, to be honest, it's less about the class than it is about the show.
Ooh.
I don't know why, but it just feels like this year Strictly has gone from being a TV show into a national institution.
Yes! Too right!
I think you lose someone like Len and you think, oh, well, this is where it all comes crumbling down. Shirley has been unbelievably brilliant from the get-go, and you... Yes, she has.
Shirley, we love her.
And you realise that actually this whole thing represents now, I think, in this country, what happens as it starts getting colder, it's easy to start getting miserable, and then you go, Strictly's back on! Strictly's gonna happen!
I know, and we have joy in our lives. Simon's back.
Yes.
Hello, people. Hello, everybody.
Argentine tango in Blackpool. Still one of my favourites. Right, we have so much to discuss. We're going to start with Debbie and Giovanni and their quick step. Fantastic Viennese waltz last week. Loved, adored by the judges, in fact. This week, they're being Fred and Ginger. It's from Shall We Dance? Let's see them. It's Let's Call the Whole Thing Off. How do they look? Rufus, what are you making of this training footage?
Well, Debbie's my favourite.
Is she?
Yeah, because every year you kind of know that there's going to be certain characters that get cast.
Yes.
And this is the older lady kind of category, right? And now we all know that about 6 weeks in, normally paired up with Anton, you're going to say goodbye, and off you pop. No, right, true though, right?
Wow.
True.
Katie Derham got to the final.
Oh, no, but sorry, but I mean,
she's younger.
in broad strokes.
Okay.
Yeah. Whereas it really feels like Debbie is a proper contender. I don't care that she danced, you know, back then, or she's done this train, that train, the other. I grew up with Debbie McGee, very much. Yeah, we shared a wet nurse. But hang on.
Quick.
But she was always in the shadows. Yeah. And this is her stepping forward, and it is a lovely thing to watch. She could go all the way.
David and Nadia are going all Saturday night. Fever. They're doing a samba. Is this giving you a fever, Jodie? Have a look at him. And has he got the hip movement? Has he got what it takes?
I think he really has. I think he is... He's quite John Travolta-esque, isn't he?
Yeah,
I just think he's got that kind of really... Oh, there he goes. Avert your eyes, ladies. Avert your eyes. No, I really like him.
Yeah.
And do you know what I love about this show as well is oh, I hate to use this word, but the journey.
Yes.
And when you
the J word.
It's true when you see someone improve week by week, and when you see them really enjoying it, and I really see that from him.
Yes, it's good, isn't it? OK, we're going to move on to Brian and Amy, and now they were in the bottom two last week. This week, they've got the Wizard of Oz. He's being the Scarecrow. This looks really quite adorable, I think. Could this keep him away from the bottom two, Simon?
Looking at this, yeah. So I mean, he seems pretty comfortable in there. He feels like he's...
Does that look American smoothie? Does he look like the Scarecrow?
Not very American, no, but...
He looks like he's been on the night out.
You remember he's playing the Scarecrow, though? You know, he's not got a brain, and he's just been taken off his perch.
And he's playing the Scarecrow.
He's playing the Scarecrow. I think he's a showman, isn't he? So he kind of... When the performance comes, that's when he'll shine.
Yeah.
OK. Johnny and Oti. Now, Craig said last week he wants Johnny to focus more on the arms. He wants some strength. It is a paso doble, strong arms. Here he is, rehearsing with Oti. Has she whipped him into shape? Indiana Jones is playing. I mean, this is surely could be amazing.
Well, we're in strictly cliche territory again, because when you've got the sports stars that come in, they've got all the physical ability, but it's a performance. And what normally happens with the sports stars is that the performance is brought out of them as it goes on. We are only at week 3, Zoe.
Yes, I know
this
we
is
are.
what we forget when we see the Astons and the Alexandras who are sort of whipping around from day one.
Yeah.
You
It's
think,
the journey.
they should all be wonderful.
Yeah, it's true.
But he's got a twinkle in his eye. He needs to both relax and let it shine out, which is a tricky balance to get, but it comes with letting to perform. Once he gets that, and let's be honest, any man being asked to perform as Indiana Jones should be able to rise to that challenge, really.
OK, and does that marry nicely with the Paso Doble, Simon?
I just remember mine last year, where it's such a powerful dance, and sometimes if you're not focused on the steps, you can actually lose yourself like I did. So I'm hoping that he looks powerful. He looks like he understands what he's meant to be doing, and I wish him all the best.
OK. Now, we shall move on to Simon and Karen, who did a really beautiful, emotional waltz last Saturday. Let's forget the ending. It is a change of pace now. They've got a quick step.
OK.
And has he mastered this, or could it be a bit woody? He is being Buzz Lightyear. And look, he's dancing in the woodies. There. How's this looking? Anyone? Someone help?
I think he needs to kind of loosen up. I think he just needs to look less of what he's trying to smell that's burning in the oven and what he's kind of focused on. Do you know the kind of... He does, and he's got that... Because, you know, when you see he presents, he has got the relaxed kind of thing, but he just needs to let the shoulders down a bit, doesn't he?
There's a terror.
Okay.
There is a terror. Your fear.
There is an apparent terror, and that can stop the viewer from enjoying the dance.
But it is so early. It's so
You're
early.
like, oh my God, why is he so nervous?
Oh,
What's going to happen? I'm hoping... Has he got a Buzz Lightyear costume
He
on?
has got a
Halfway
Buzz
through, if
Lightyear
he
costume.
clings too tight, hit the big button, the wings come out, down he goes.
Ricky Gill, you can make that happen. You can make it happen. OK, Aston and Jeanette now. They blew everyone away last week with the lifts, the juggling and everything with their salsa. Another Latin number. They're doing, is it a cha-cha-cha as the Trolls? Here they are. Now, Rufus, you've already mentioned how, obviously, zipping around being rather brilliant. Still looking good here?
What Strictly has become for me is it was a dance competition, and now it is a competition of who do you like watching dance the most.
OK.
And that can be defined, and it is defined by each couple on their own terms, week by week. I don't care that he is clearly a much better dancer than, you know, let's be honest, almost everyone on the show. What his challenge is to make me enjoy watching you dance, Aston, week on week, as much as I enjoyed you the week before. OK,
and Simon, are you enjoying watching Aston dance?
Yeah, I am, actually, but my advice to him was just to let the Caribbean go and actually try and absorb what the Latin feel feels like.
Oh, what does the Latin feel
Well, I can show you later, but...
OK.
No, I mean on the dance floor, like, you know, we haven't got time to do it right now.
Fringes down, we've got the down. Now, we move on to Ruth. Ruth and Anton. She's going to be a Bond girl. She has the rumba. Now, the rumba can be one of those dances. There they are in training. Has she gone... is she going to convince everybody here? Jodie, what do you think?
I think she's beautiful when she kind of really goes for it. But it is one of those that you can go exceedingly wrong, shall we say. So, again, it's that relaxing, especially when you're this early in the game. I just want to see it more in her face.
Right,
because she's so beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
So beautiful.
She's stunning.
She is a great number, a brilliant number.
Didn't you do a rumba on Movie Week with Christina?
Did
you?
Yeah, I remember her dancing. Was she dancing in a
stiffest hips
shirt? Was she dancing in a shirt or something like that?
Yeah, she was, yeah.
And how was it?
Very stiff.
OK, very stiff. All right.
My hips were very stiff.
Technique, all technique.
OK, we will come back.
Very hard.
We'll come back and
What
discuss
time is
the
it?
rest of our couples later on. For now, the Friday panel. Let's head back over to Elstree Studios with our man on the ground, no relation to James Earl. It's Gethin Jones.
In case you didn't know, it's Movie Week tomorrow night, so the only way to get these guys prepared is through a quiz. So we've got Buzz and Jesse, and we've got Dr. Zhivago and...
Larissa.
Say it again.
Larissa.
Thanks very much, but you do go second. OK, Simon and Karen, this is what you got to do. You got to guess the character that I'm about to place on Karen's forehead. Ready? Keep hold of that. Who's that side?
You like your martinis shaken, not stirred.
James Bond!
James! OK, next. I'll put this on you.
Oh, OK. You were played by Julie Andrews in a film. She's a nanny. She's got a bag and she keeps bringing...
Mary Poppins, Mary Poppins.
Yes.
Oh, it's 1-1. OK, Karen, put that in here, please. OK, very good.
OK. You're me. Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear!
You were silent.
Nathan, hang on. I don't think you're going to say the same thing. OK, how's that?
OK. You're a superhero. You're dressed in black. You've got a big cape. You can fly.
Batman.
Yep.
Yes.
Fire, it's 2-2. Next one is this one. Why are you keeping them on your head?
You like to make
Are you
Quidditch. There's books left after you. There's a whole series of them. You got Hermione is one of your friends. There's a whole world.
Hermione?
It's written by J.K. Rowling.
Oh, Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Easy. What's the score? What is the score?
OK, you're from Sound of Music.
Anyone know the
Again,
score?
I think she's a nanny.
Oh, damn, what's her name?
There's a family.
Can I just sing a song from it?
Yeah, no.
These are a few of my
don't sing.
favorites.
Okay.
Better dancer, better
I don't know
dancer.
the name. I don't know the name.
Have to hurry you. Have to
Give
hurry
up.
you.
Jesus is
Time's up. The answer is...
Mary.
Maria von Trapp.
Marie. Yeah, I'll give you that. Nice one. OK, sorry.
You're a big shark with a great big mouth.
Joyce.
Yeah. Jaws.
Joyce.
Is his mouth bigger
Jaws.
I'm running out of cards. You're on fire.
OK. Oh, you're from Star Wars. You've got Danishes on your head.
Oh, I don't know the name.
She's got swirly hair.
Kelly Bride. Kelly Bride.
No, she's the daughter of like a queen. What the daughter?
Princess Leia. Princess Leia.
Yes.
I don't know how you got there, but you did. I hope you can get... What's the matter with you? Seriously.
Kelly Bride. She was...
Jaws.
Are you ready for tomorrow night now?
Oh yeah, completely. That's really helped.
A shark with a big mouth.
I need to lie down. Back to you, sir. Well played. I think it was a tie. I don't even know.
Another ridiculous game. Thank you, Gethin. Time now for our next featurette. And if you know Susie, like we know Susie, you'll know she's rather fond of her dance partner. It's Susan and Kevin.
I found you guilty of having much too much fun. How dare you?
The basic requirement for this dance is swivel, and you had none of it, darling.
You're entertaining, you're synchronised, you were coordinated. I loved it.
Gorgeousnesses. Oh, welcome.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Great, thank
Yes.
you. Yeah.
Oh, look, I have to say, Bruno there, he did accuse you of having too much fun.
Yes, he
Susan,
did.
how do you plead?
I plead guilty.
Yes, good. Thank goodness.
I think the moment Strictly becomes too much fun, there's no Strictly. There's no such thing as too much fun on Strictly Come Dancing, is there? There's no
really
such thing.
isn't.
No.
There's no such thing. Look, how many times have you watched it back?
I haven't.
Oh, have you not watched it back?
I never watch myself.
Oh.
I can't stand seeing myself.
Right. Yes.
He tells me if I've done all right or not.
OK, and what was your verdict afterwards?
I loved it. I've watched it about 142 times. I loved it.
Exactly what we wanted to hear. Kevin, though, Craig did say missing the basic swivel. What happened there?
Yeah, I mean, Craig's always going to pick up on something, and it was only like week 2, and obviously, you know, swivel's a thing that we've got to do in Charleston. But what she did do well was that she came out and just gave a massive performance, and I think that's the biggest requirement for Charleston. And I'd rather take Susan doing that than doing sort of a perfect swivel or technique and being a bit boring. And I said, just go out and entertain and have fun.
Which you did. And look at the reaction. I love your face. You know, it's like, oh, I adore you. And the thing is, what did you feel? How did you feel about your footwork? It's so tricky picking all this up,
and
isn't
you know what? The judges are all their comments are absolutely correct. The thing is, when I watched Strictly as a Strictly superfan throughout the years, I always liked. Do you know when you sat down and went, "Oh, what's going to happen next?" And you would sit with your bottle of wine and your takeaway and go, "Oh, that was good, wasn't it?" I never went, "Well, I didn't like her swivel," did you? So I want to go out and the world's a dark, bleak place sometimes. We want to go out and have fun and entertain people. That's what we're wanting to do. And yes, my swivel wasn't good, but I've been practising since in case I ever need to do it again.
Fantastic, good. You always call your mum after the show.
Yes,
and
she's watching tonight. Hi, Mum.
Oh yes, evening. What's her name?
Anne.
Anne, hello, Anne. Hi, Anne. Anne, come in with a 1 week. She'll be furious with me. What was her verdict after the performance last night?
She thought it was quite good, which from my mother is quite an exceptional compliment. No, she's loving it, and people keep going up to her and talking about it because it's such a big show. So they're loving it, and they're very proud, and that's a wonderful thing.
That is quite good from
good.
Mum. That is perfect. You got more points than Ruth and Anton, who did at Charleston as well. Any friendly rivalry between the two teams?
Oh, yeah, everyone thinks Anton and Ruth are really nice and sweet, but honestly, before it started, Ruth Langsford came up to me, she stood over me and she went, right, Grimsby, this is on. And then Anton came and ripped up our costumes, didn't he? Awful they were.
Yeah, it was like the sharks and the jets. It was like a street fight.
Oh, yeah, it was West Side Story all over again.
This is what really goes on, people.
No, they were brilliant, though, as well.
Oh, I know. They were so fantastic. OK, so the first elimination, you had to go through that experience. I've been there. I mean, it's hideous, isn't it? It's clammy palms time.
It's absolutely horrific because someone's going home, and when Chizzy went, Chizzy was such an incredible personality. It was really sad. It was really sad, and I think you know, the reason I want to enjoy it is it could be my last week this week, so we have to enjoy it. Otherwise, you know, it'll be such a waste of an experience.
Yeah.
So, but it was horrible. I was clinging on to Kevin for dear life. That's what my mum said.
Yeah.
You look down a lot, Susan. And I was like, yes. I was terrified, Mother. I was terrified.
Oh, God. I'm never going to ring her and ask her about my performance, I tell you. So we move on to Movie Week. And tomorrow night, on the edition of Strictly, Susan, you are playing a woman as lovely as Aphrodite, as wise as Athena, with the speed of Mercury and the strength of Hercules.
Yes.
Do tell us, who will you be playing?
Wonder Woman, of course. Of course.
I mean...
You're all very welcome, the British public. You're all very welcome.
Goodness me. I mean, how exciting is this for you?
Hugely. I love Wonder Woman, and Kevin has choreographed an incredible samba, which I think people will love.
Good. I think
so.
they will. I mean,
now.
you are a veteran of a Movie Week special, Kev. We've seen you as Harry Potter. We've seen you as Luke Skywalker. We've seen you as the welder from Flashdance, which was a personal favourite. Who are you being in this little number?
I'm just a guy that needs saving by Wonder Woman. But no, I love Movie Week. I love any theme weeks like that, because as you can see from all those examples, I'm just a big geek, and it's sort of an excuse for that all to come out, really.
I can't wait to see it. Also, Wonder Woman Samba. I mean, have you had your work cut out for you in coming up with the choreography for this number?
What we've done is, I thought, usually the man is sort of leading the woman around and spinning her around and chucking her about in these dances. So I thought, that wouldn't happen with Wonder Woman. She'd be the one in charge.
Yes.
So not only have we been teaching Susan the samba, we've been teaching her how to lead, and she's chucking me about.
Yes.
And she's taking control. So the woman's in control.
Yes. This is going to be
hopefully...
so good. Everyone wants to see you go to Lasso Kevin, but accidentally get Craig Revel. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank
I can't
you,
wait
darling.
to see this. It's going to be a dream. Susan and Kevin! Movie Week is so close we can smell the celluloid. Hoping to turn in award-winning performances. Here's how Molly, Debbie, Charlotte and Joe have been getting on in training.
I don't know anything about the American Smooth, which isn't a great start. Go. Sometimes I've got to lead on a heel. I know what happened and I know what you're going to say. Sometimes I've got to lead on a toe. I know that I'm on the wrong leg, aren't I? Very confusing. It's this leg. It's very elegant.
And it's got to flow like a Rolls Royce. We do lots of pivots, spin and spin and spin, and she comes out dazed.
I don't know where I'm going.
Well, quick step is a really difficult dance. 1, 2. I don't know what's wrong this week. Debbie, sometimes she forgot our steps. Look.
I think the challenge is the foot count. It's so fast.
Quick step.
And then you've got to change direction. My poor little brain is feeling quite jumbled.
For you moving down, sir.
We both feel under pressure, I think. We're still giggling and laughing, but we're really having to knuckle down.
Perfect.
I
don't actually know that much about the tango at the moment. I mean, it looks like kind of dramatic movements.
Go forward, warm.
I think this is going to be easier to get to grips with than the cha-cha-cha.
We need to come back with a bang this week. We've got the perfect dance to do it. It's strong, it's powerful, exactly what Charlotte needs to get ourselves back into this competition. Pull, heel.
It's about keeping in that dramatic frame of mind from start to finish. That's going to be the challenge for me this week.
Quite a lot going on in the Viennese waltz. We've been working on framing and swing.
Swing.
And keeping the weight back.
Stay back. Swing. Get away from me.
It's very smooth, it's got a glide, it's very graceful.
Stretch the arms, slide the feet. You're sliding your feet, which is quite an odd way to move around the floor. Quite a lot to get my head around. Oh, God, please help me.